Nice drop. Legos, music, everything is awesome. And cool when you're part of a team. Part of the Sylvan Learning Center team is Melanie Bannister, joins us today. Hello.
Hi.
I love what you have going on here as the mother of a 7-year-old. Anybody who brings Lego and then makes it move, can you explain what's going on here and how that is a part of your program at Sylvan?
Sure. Robotics and coding are, a really great way to get kids interested in engineering and computer programming. So this here, the kids can come in and they build the robot and they go through that process. They work with each other to collaborate and problem solve, and then they can use drag and drop technology to create the movement. It can go forwards, it can go backwards, it can stop, it can do various things, but that's part of the creativity that comes in that when they design that.
Give us
movement.
an idea of how old are the kids that are working on this? Just ballpark.
Kids, studies show that kids develop key engineering critical thinking skills as early as 7 years old and even earlier. So 7 to 9 is a real important age. So these programs actually start at 7 years old.
Now there are so many learning tools that are online, and some parents are very timid about giving screen time to their kids. But clearly there are some positives to some screen time, is that makes it part of the curriculum. I mean, for those of us who are of a certain vintage, we didn't even have computers in high school, and now it's all on. So what's the right balance in that, in your opinion?
Well, I think you always want to monitor screen time with kids and have a limit on that. Some studies show that up to an hour, it really actually has a benefit for kids, and then after that, that benefit goes down. But there are some great things online like code.org, Mozilla, Scratch, Hopscotch that will help kids develop coding skills, because these skills are going to be really not only valuable in future workers, but also a necessary part of their job description.
Right, so there are those that Melanie just mentioned. I know that there's also an extra math program that's actually being used by the Vancouver School Board that has been integrated in my son's breakfast routine. It's like, okay, sit down, do your extra math. And it's really quite interesting how that screen time can engage your kids to that positive way. Are we seeing kids using like the Kobos and learning to read in that regard, or is it still better to book read with your kids? Well,
absolutely. I mean, I think you want some of both, but if you have a child who is a reluctant reader and is struggling to learn to read, sometimes bringing in that technology can really benefit them in getting them interested in reading. So that's a good thing.
This isn't your first time having Sylvan come on Breakfast Television. We've had the luxury of welcoming you guys with your great ideas for those who might be struggling. For the viewers who might be watching right now with the kids that are great and smart and funny and talented in so many ways, but might be struggling with math, might be struggling a little bit with their reading, how do they identify that and then find you?
Well, if there's many ways that you might find out your child struggling. If they really don't want to read, they fight you on it, or the teacher's reporting to you, or you go to do math homework with your child and they break down and they're on tears on the floor, you've got a good idea that they're struggling and they're not feeling confident in that area. So then, yes, seek some help. Math is critical to so many jobs in the future that you really want to equip them with the skills so that they have choices. If they want to go into a STEM job, a science, technology, engineering, or math job, that they have the option because their math skills are strong enough.
Right, and as you have proven here with the Lego setup, coming to Sylvan can be very fun for kids.
Absolutely, the kids love coming to Sylvan. Right,
less intimidating and more inclusive. What's on average, the regularity with which kids come to a Sylvan Learning Center?
Most students will come to a minimum of 2 hours a week, but they can often come more often. If you have an older child that's really far behind, you don't want to take 2 years to accomplish your goals. You want to get them done so they're up to level and succeeding in the classroom as soon as possible. So in that case, you might want to be coming a lot more often in a week.
Great advice. Melanie Bannister from Sylvan Learning Centers. Yeah, I'm going to get my son into this coding. We thank you for that. And look at that. How cool is it? Little kids make these things. SylvanLearning.com is where you can find more information on this.